I've brought it up a couple of times before, but the piano is such a strong thematic element to this chapter and the game as a whole. You see, whenever Chris got the chance to play a piano prior to this point, they'd play a very specific song, one titled Concert for You. It is 3 seconds long and it goes a little something like this. That's it. The only time they ever feel comfortable playing the piano at all, aside from when Susie and Rousey encourage them to, was this brief, tiny window of time where not only are they free from our control, but when they're under the impression that we have no chance of hearing them play. Why exactly that is? I don't know, it's definitely a thing. It's not that they can't play because of us, as, well, they absolutely can. They simply choose not to, so it might just be a, grr, you possess me and make me do weird stuff I don't want to do, so fuck you, you don't get to hear me play out of spite. And I could totally be wrong here, but that's not really how I read this. Chris's relationship with the piano is something that I just struggle to find the words for, but it's handled in such a personal feeling way, a way that feels like an insight to the very creative process behind Deltarune. Making art, letting it out into the world, it's a deeply personal process, one that truly takes a lot of deep digging to do. Maybe it is a Chris struggling for control thing, I don't know, but looking at that scene in chapter 4, looking at Chris's sprite animation, it's a clear personification of the passion that goes into making art, the very passion that goes into making something like Deltarune, which, from a lore perspective, it's a process I don't think Chris can do, at least do naturally, easily, because of us, but in a more artistic sense, I also think Chris's hesitance regarding their musical prowess kind of reflects Susie's desire to be better at healing magic, which is something I've found a lot of relatability in. Not the healing magic part, the wanting to be better at a thing part. I'm not like a astrologist or whatever. Throughout the chapter, she tries her hand at healing magic, but it's just not something she's great at yet, culminating in what's honestly one of my favorite scenes in the game, kind of a sleeper. Like, it doesn't just foreshadow the final boss against the Titan, which is something the whole the Jackenstein boss kinda did. Well, like, story-wise, Gerson urges her to practice at it, but she's held back. She's held back by this fear of not being good enough, of embarrassing herself, and what's the point of trying? I mean, after all, she'll never be as good as Rousey, right? She'll never be as good as Rousey, so why even try? But she grows beyond that, becoming a great healer in her own right, and considering Gerson's whole character revolving around writing and storytelling and freedom to subvert things seemingly inscribed solid in stone, I don't think there's any way that's unintentional. Sure, there's always going to be someone or something better than me, better than you, better than the things we make and do, but that doesn't really matter because there's no other way to get better than to practice, than to study the old masters and hone your craft, and that's sort of what Gerson's all about. He's just so cool, man.